Alrighty, so there are days where you wake up and you're like, you know what? It's not my day. Ah! Well, let's hope I didn't just like break my board. But yeah, some days you wake up and you're just tired, you're not feeling it, and you know, yada yada yada. So today was definitely one of those days for me. I woke up, I'm all tired, and I'm just like, you know, feel like just, I don't know, playing video games and watching a movie or something. But the swell is good, and sometimes I feel like you just gotta push yourself. Just push yourself to go and have fun and, you know, make the best out of it, because swells, they don't, you know, they're not every day. They don't come every day, and this is a good swell coming through. So I'm going out and making the best of it, and we'll see what happens. I have a feeling I'm probably going to be just boogie boarding a lot, but we'll see if I take out the short board, and we'll see if I can even pop up. So. Alright, so let's talk leashes really quick. I have a Creatures of Leisure surfboard leash for, I guess, like, you know, the big wave leash on my shortboard. And it works out really well. And it's, you know, it's definitely a more expensive leash, but if you're going into waves, I want to say, you know, above 10 foot, just to have that insurance there is really nice. The one time that I almost, you know, died was when my leash basically snapped off and I was left to get pummeled by another, I don't know, like a 5-wave set, and that was not fun. Basically what happened was, it's the spot I was at, called Cobblestones. It's a deeper, I feel like it's a deeper rock reef, and though the waves would be like smaller than where they're hitting on like the you know, just regular like sand shore break, they're a lot more powerful. They're super powerful. And so I was basically going out and I was catching, I want to say, some 10-12 foot waves, and then I pop off the back of one of these waves because I don't want to, you know, get caught inside a set. The sets were maxing out at around 14 feet. I didn't see anything bigger than that. And as I pop off the back of this wave, I want to say it was like a 16 to 18 foot face I was looking at. And I'm just like, well, shit. And so basically the first wave, the biggest one, it crashes in front of me and I dive down under. And what I remember is getting tossed around for a good 10 to 15 seconds. Now, when you're getting tossed around underwater, every second feels like a minute. And, you know, I feel like on average, you know, big wave surfing wipeouts, you get held under for around 10 to 15 seconds. I'm not a big wave surfer. And so this first wave hits me, and I'm getting tumbled, and I'm just like, wow, this is holding me under for a really long time. And eventually I pop up and I'm like, damn, that was kind of gnarly. And I see a second wave. It's a little bit smaller, but it basically crashes and lands right on me. I get tumbled down and basically sloshed around for a good 10 to 15 seconds again. And basically the previous day I had done a bunch of exercise, so I was already pretty tired going out there. But yeah, on the second wave, I actually started having like the chest convulsions when you hold your breath for too long. And so this was wave number 2, and I'm like, oh, well, you know, crap, that's not good. Another thing to note is the absolute max like amount of waves I saw in a set, you know, up until that point, was 3 waves. So I pop up, I'm hoping that maybe it's just a 2-wave set, and I see the third wave. And I'm like, you know, well, damn. So this next wave, you know, crashes on me. I'm getting tumbled around, and my leash snaps off. My leash snaps off, I'm getting tumbled around, I'm having the chest convulsions. I pop back up, and I'm like, great, here I am in the middle of, you know, just the crash zone, and I don't have a board with me. I'm having like chest convulsions and stuff. That was the third wave though, so the set is probably over. And I look, and there's a fourth wave. And I'm just like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And so this fourth wave, it smashes me, I'm getting tumbled, doing the whole chest convulsions thing, I barely make it back to the surface, and I look out and I see a fifth wave. And I just like, I'm like, alright, here we go. And as the fifth wave crashes on me, I'm getting tumbled around, I'm like, you know, if there is another wave, this is it. That's it for me. Done. Nada. My existence is no more. So I'm getting tumbled, I fight my way back to the surface, I look out, and luckily that was the end of the set. And so I just about drowned, and I now have to, you know, swim all the way back in. And that was not the most fun experience, I can say that with a fact. But after that, I decided to get myself the best leash, I could get. And so, even though I'm probably not going to be going out in the super big waves, if, the leash is rated for like an 18 to 20 plus foot wave, and I'm surfing in 12 and up or something like that, it's good to have that extra insurance knowing that this leash is rated for more than what I'm putting it through. And so I like having that I like having that little sense of that hope that it's gonna stay intact, and I'm not gonna be left alone to my own devices out in the middle of the ocean. So if we're talking about favorite leashes, Creatures of Leisure Big Wave Leash, definitely love it. Honestly though, my number one favorite leash is the stock leash that comes with the Wavestorm. Oh my god, it's amazing. I mean, I don't know if they started making leashes different from when I first, bought it, but I've had that Wavestorm board for I don't know how long, and I've ate crap on some bigger waves with that Wavestorm. That leash has held up the entire time, all with the exception that I accidentally, pulled the Velcro the wrong way and undid some of the stitching, and that's why it, ripped off in the last video. But once I stitch that back on, I'm gonna be good to go with it again. And so, yeah, I don't know what kind of black magic voodoo, stuff they did to the Wavestorm leash, but it's awesome, and it's amazing how much you can put it through. It's been years that I've been surfing with that leash, and putting it through larger waves, and having it yank all over the place, and it's never failed me. It's never failed me, and the only time that it actually did is because some of the stitching a little bit came loose, and you can fix that. You can sew it right back in. So yeah, I think Wavestorm is probably making the leashes the same way, but those leashes are insane, and that's another reason why I love the Wavestorm so much, is because the leash that comes with it is just awesome. So if you've ever been held under by a 5-wave set, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification, give this video a like, and as always, special shout out to Jamie O'Brien and Ben Gravy for being awesome. Alright, so I'm gonna continue on down the highway, get to the spot, and once we get there, check back in with you guys. Shaka. Alrighty, well, the waves are looking pretty fun, and we're gonna go out there and futz around. So let's start the music. Well, that was disappointing. Oh, man. Yeah, no, that was definitely not the best surf session. When I got out here, the waves looked really good, and I decided to go out on my shortboard, and I tried to stand up. I kind of like halfway succeeded a couple times, and then the rest of it I just, couldn't even stand up, which is disheartening. I just got to commit to those push-ups. I haven't been committing to them since I mentioned it last, so maybe I'll actually listen to myself this time and commit to it. But yeah, no, I caught some waves on the shortboard, really nothing, and then I was like, alright, I'll take out the boogie board, and then the swell completely died. And the swell, it said everywhere, it said it was supposed to be building. It was supposed to be like, 3 foot in the morning, and then once the afternoon hit, it was supposed to be like 5 foot swell. And as well, it was supposed to be high tide at around like 10 o'clock, and then low tide at 5 o'clock. So tide's going down, I'm like, oh, the waves are going to get bigger and better. The swell just completely died. There's like nothing. And it's so weird. Like, that doesn't happen in West Coast swells. Like, I know it can happen in on the East Coast, where it's like, you got to get your hour in, but then that's like the swell's done. But that doesn't happen on the West Coast. But it was just like, the swell was literally here, I got out of the water, I grabbed my boogie board, and then it was gone, and there's nothing. Pancake. It was like maybe a 2 foot face. So that was really weird. But yeah, I'm gonna have to give this session a oof, 2 or 3 out of 10. Oh, okay, I'll give it a 3 out of 10. I would give it a 2 out of 10 because it's just disappointing. But one of the cool things about this was the water was so warm. It was like, yeah, like San Diego, Mexico warm. It was kind of weird. The swell monitor again said it was like, here's a north swell pushing in, and that's going to give us some waves, and it looks like it's a south swell, and the water's warm, so it's all kinds of messed up. I don't know what's going on, but the water was really warm, and that felt really nice. So we'll give it a 3 out of 10, not a 2 out of 10. But yeah, you win some, you lose some. Still, you just got to get up, go out there and catch some waves, because that's what counts. But let's hope next time it's a little bit better. With that being said, Sasquatch signing out. Shaka.